welcome back to another episode of Skyline's podcast. I think it's the third episode of the day that we are shooting at one single day. So, Karala, konja podcast shoot pannittu, then we went to a client place and then finished that work, and we are again shooting the next episode here. And idukaprom moon episode irukkum I guess. So yeah, so it's back to back content creation, and we are actually pumped to do it.
Morning we were talking like we should not hustle.
Yeah. And it is the entire opposite of that. But exactly, so we are going to talk about the one thing that is pushed to the current generation of Gen Z, which is also the hustle culture, and we're going to talk about how the Gen Z is being marketed to in a lot of different ways. Ram, what do you think, or who do you think is the Gen Z? And
Gen Z. So again, we'll take house as the example. Gen Z would be the last child of my father.
Right, a baby boomer.
A baby boomer, not a baby boomer.
No, a Gen Y. Yeah.
Gen Y. So they would be the last child of Gen Y. So the most spoiled person of the family, the most pampered person in the family is Gen Z.
I think the year is like 97 to 2009, I guess.
90s. They would be around, the age.
Right now they'll be
18 to 23, 24.
No, they'll be 97, not 25.
Max is 25.
Max is 25. Least is 14. 14 to 25.
14 to 25.
That's the 11 year gap, yeah.
14 to 25 would be their age. And this is the age where the mind is ripe.
Right.
The mind is, until 14, we would be just wandering. You come with a blank slate and it is just wandering. It is ready to accept everything through imitations from others. It sees people and it just puts in those data, processes those data, and makes you a being by just looking around the people. But once you're 14 to 25, we get the ideology of death, love, lust, nationality, identity, religion. All these new ideas are coming into our head when we enter into this age of 14 to 25. And these people, this current Gen Z people, when they are at this age, they have a mobile phone.
Right.
And they are being directly marketed.
Infinitely
marketed with content. So this is the saddest part that they have been put into, the amount of misinformation that they are getting, the amount of, when I was in that age, I think, when I was at the ending of my Gen Z experience, it was the internet and the beginning of the
computers itself, like the personal computers.
Computers were there. Computers was there.
But you couldn't do anything. You couldn't do much with it, right?
Computers, the speed of the internet was
very
slow. The quality of the videos, the images, everything was more. And so the downloading time, you had all these problems. But now it is not like that. So the information that they are getting, able to consume is a lot. And the information that they are being given is not the right information. They are being fed with the wrong information.
Because like at our time, like I consider myself a millennial, and I am a millennial, and we had this moral compass of just doing 3 to 4 things possibly, right? And right now they have n number of things that they can do and test and explore and do whatnot. And it is very hard for them to differentiate what is right and what is wrong. And because whatever things that you do, there'll be a set of community people that say, look, it's right, and a set will say it's wrong. So the amount of dilemma that the person goes through at an age of 14, where you don't know what's right and wrong. And that is why Gen Z is often considered as people who are very aggressive with their parents. They will not accept what the parents will say, because like your parents and my parents have an entire set of life with no devices at all. So coming from parents who grew up like that, even our generation was like, நம்ம first time when we started gaming and everything, people like go outside and play, go outside and play. And for them to just see someone like just this like entire time is like very big shift in consumer behavior also.
Their social life is much different compared to the social life that we had. Most of their social life was through a mobile phone, was through. They started their social life in an early age through, not was completely through, but they started their early social life through mobile phones. Most of them, I think, completed their colleges through
Mobile phones,
some screens. So they are going to be a very different set of people.
And yeah, so when you look at how they are being marketed to right now, is presumably in a way where it is not going to resonate with us. It's going to be very different. Like I remember you showing me an ad of the Dark Rules by this Tata ad campaign. Where if he had shown that ad to someone our age or someone like my father, they would not say like, why is it black? Like why are they promoting black? But I think the entire generation now thinks like black is luxury, and they are ready to resonate with such an ad. But I don't know the actual impact of the ad. It is there, but our ads are very bright, lively, and pleasant and stuff like that.
A lot of colors, a lot of music.
Yeah. Because like I remember this ad by Maruti Suzuki Esteem. It was like a child saying, "My daddy's big car," and it's like a family. They go on a trip together, and for us, the ads are like travel, like you go on a trip with your friends and stuff like that. But it's like aggressive anime style, black, and you rule the town. So the marketing messages keep changing, and we have to cope up with what these brands are doing, so that to understand what this kind of advertising has to work for. So that's why we constantly stay in touch with all these advertising and everything.
Again, so marketing to them, so that what I'm telling is, we are giving them the wrong message.
Right.
So when I was at that age, when the internet was there, when the computer started, the information that was marketed to me was the first thing that I could see, and it was not the right information that I had to consume. And we are doing the same thing to the next generation that are going to come. That is not the right decision to take. As marketers, it's not about coping up with marketing strategy. It is about stopping that marketing strategy and giving sense and sensible advertisements,
right,
to these people, sending them sensible information, what they should know and what they should not know. It's not controlling or manipulating, because if you're going to say that, then the other thing is also controlling and manipulating. But we have to send them more good information. Right. We are talking about depression, suicide rate increase, and all of these things are all because of this information that we are providing them as marketers.
Right.
And I think when we were at some point of our life, we were told that we saw TV ads that made us buy Lay's chips and all. We understood that when we were only old, and these people are also going to understand,
go through the same phase of life.
Why do we have to let these people go through the same thing again?
Right. It's again putting them in a materialistic world where like you have
it
to
is
buy
again
this stuff.
Putting the whole species into the same cycle. We are all talking about, all these big guys are talking about, we have to take the species to the level, next level, euphoria,
right,
things like that. But then we still continue doing the same thing, same thing again and again and again, because this is all because of
capitalism.
Boomer sitting on top, unstoppable.
It all loops out to all our previous episodes.
It's just thinking back, it was just thinking back. It's just something unmovable is sitting on top and does not want to change, because that is the only thing it knows. So it repeats it in different ways, and cycle is going. But we should look into a way to stop this cycle and make it work in a much better and better way, because the more we start making it better, the more better we are going to become. Right. All of us are going to become, rather than talking bullshit about extinction of human beings, all these crappy things. So we should start changing the way how marketers think. Marketers should not think like that. As marketing is like education, and so a marketer is like a teacher, and a teacher should not give a wrong lesson to their students. And if you're targeting Gen Z as a marketer, you should not do something to kill them in the future. You should make sure that they are happy all throughout their life. So responsible marketing is a must.
Right, right. And it's like a statement that's generally in drinking advertisements, like drink responsibly. That should be like a mantra for marketers.
Marketers also.
Right. So we've also come up with lot of businesses that try to incorporate memes into their marketing so as to very well gel with the audience, and it's come to a point where ads have stopped making sense, to a point where you will actually know like this ad is not for me, it's not for me. But as entire different generation is like, yeah, I know what this brand is. And I think one of the core marketing ideas of cred in the recent times was like very quirky ads where like a normal thing will not be normal, like Rahul Dravid being angry at something,
aggressive,
and Anil Kapoor being different at something.
Anil Kumble,
yeah. So it's kind of that, and even we understand that because like we understand these players who have played for a long time. But the ad shift is happening, and a lot of memes and quirky statements. Gen Z is also becoming more environmentally conscious, and that is why companies that focus on creating brand identities solely focused on consumer friendly in terms of environment, or eco friendly, and there is also like zero waste packaging. They come up with all these random marketed words that says zero fat, right? And these fat will be in a different form of fat, so they will consider this zero fat. But the Gen Z will understand that, okay, it's zero fat, I'm going to start eating that. And they are pushing them into veganism, they are pushing them into animal cruelty and a lot of other stuff, which was not the case when we were there, right? And it's going to change the entire morale of the audience, where they think, okay, doing this as a person is going to make me feel a part of this community. And that's what's happening right now, and that is solely based on all these companies trying to push the agenda of having veganism or having climate change, selling stuff that is not actually educating. But yeah, but in order for them to make money, it's the only way for them to market. Yeah. And I think we were talking about this in the esports episode in 2019 or 20, where all the advertisers are shifting towards gaming and everything. So the esports
digital gaming.
Yeah, digital gaming. And I was speaking to one of my friends, niece and nephew. They were like saying, did you see the world championship of PUBG? I've never heard a sentence like that before. And
how old is your niece?
16 to 17, this age. And it's like, I'm following this person from India, he plays really well, and he does not speak Hindi. That player is a Hindi person, Indian. So and people are watching those games.
Relativity.
Yeah, but at our time it will be like Sachin or Dravid or whatever the players that cricketers play, and we played cricket in real life also. But right now I don't think a lot of people go out and play as much as they did like our end, because like my brothers used to play like religiously, they still play. But anybody I see right now, like even when we went to our client's place, there are two people who are playing PUBG when they get time. So it was like us having times in Sundays, going and playing on our physical activities, to being like, I'm just free for 10 minutes, let's just open up a game. And Vinith, he was like talking to us for some time, and he went and he started watching an episode within that 10-minute gap that he got. So the attention span is like, okay, I want to finish this episode, but I'll watch just 1 minute some here. But for us, it is like sitting and watching the entire thing without any interruption. So here
I remember sitting in my hostel room, I think 18 hours straight, watching Lord of the Rings.
Binge watching. And we used to
have that. It was not binge watching. Then we had slow internet, so you had to download
everything. And then one guy had an external internet, hard disk of all the movies together. And right now Gen Z does not have to do that. They don't even download it. They just rent it. And I am talking to everybody, and everybody seems to have a Netflix account. Everybody seems to have an Amazon Prime account. And right now,
lifestyle, it has become lifestyle.
Yeah, it's become like, if you don't have the OTT, you don't have access to a certain part of entertainment. And Jio Cinema is actually coming up with, they are streaming the entire IPL. And I read somewhere that they are trying to push 5G into the new audience market.
Airtel is, no.
Yeah, Airtel has launched this version, but they are launching Geo FiberNet, which is going to be of extremely super fast, and they are streaming it for free in 4K resolution. I don't think any company has ever streamed 4K in OTT. And once they do that, the Gen Z market is going to subscribe to the Geo, because like they'll come in. But what I feel is, are the Gen Z actually watching IPL as much as millennials? Do you think they are?
That is where marketing is playing the role.
Right.
If they want to make them watch, they can make them watch.
Right.
This is how its brain controlling and manipulation is working. If they want to make them watch, they will make them watch. They just like banning TikTok, they can ban whatever things that they want, and they can make these guys. And these guys just forget. They don't understand the bigger picture of all this. When we walk in their shoes, we did not understand. We just enjoy. It was not we enjoyed. We thought
It was enjoyment. Yeah.
We were told it was enjoyment. Today in Instagram, I see people, what is this called? Scrolling up and down, and I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. Looking at people who are being paid to do that, So we know the hardship of making content, and it is purely being done as a marketing effort, and it is being done to make these people show happy, and it is still continuing. So you can actually say, you can control these people easily. You can just say, I do not want to show them, what was this, PUBG anymore. Your niece at the age of 16, 17, next 2-3 years, you do not show PUBG, or you say this guy became mentally ill after some, and then that's it. People stop watching PUBG, and you can just say put them back into cricket.
And it's going to be
again the same cycle, because Indians, we have built a huge infrastructure for cricket,
and it has to sustain.
It has to sustain. If it does not happen, then it has so much of money put into it. There are so much of boomers sitting on top of it,
and they are reliant on all this money.
That is going to. So they will, start paying cricketers more money. Cricketers coming in more advertisements. So they will just break this loop easily.
Right. And also we've been seeing a lot of gambling ads these days, and it's like heavily propelling across Chennai. Right now I see Sanjay Dutt, who is promoting something. I see Dwayne Bravo or someone promoting in company. And I'm seeing, I think, Nora Faheti, she's a Hindi actor, she's promoting something. And I recently saw today, Tamanna Bhatia is promoting something. And I'm seeing like all these big names. Saurav Ganguly is promoting betting.
Saurav Ganguly, Sarath Kumar.
Sarath Kumar is Rummy, right? Rummy circle. Yeah. So I think, because like when we had lottery tickets as a thing that we bet on, right now, like, don't do all this, and government banned, like, this is very harmful for this livelihood of people, because like people are going crazy for lottery and everything. And right now, like, okay, you just pay this app some money and we are not going to be bothered. Just pay us GST and we are happy with it. And the Gen Z is also giving cash and trying to bet on their favorite person. And it was not even, even in the lottery, the probability of getting something. But in digital, you don't even know whether you actually won or not, right? So that is something that I think these people are being pushed to put more money into something they are, potentially going to face loss.
Gambling is a form of addiction. Right. Gambling is the biggest dopamine rush. It is stronger than alcohol.
Alcohol or nicotine.
It is much stronger than alcohol. And these guys know it, and now they are infiltrating it into every home. It's bad.
And because like it's not.
I think we should regulate.
Yeah, there should be regulation, and I think some people have this thing where you go to a casino, but it is only legal on international waters, and they'll have the ship and they'll do gag. But I think some law has recently passed that has stopped inhibiting all these things, because I don't think it was like this like 2 years back. But right now we have billboards, like full page billboards that promote
on the road.
Yeah, it's like when you take the Vadapalli metro left, right, in our old office, there's a board there. And when we and Melvin came, the board is near IIT Madras. It's just a big board with 1x bet and everything. And these people are spending crazy amount of money, and I don't know what's happening with all these marketers who are trying to push gambling into it. I don't know that the agency is getting paid for doing it, but
yeah, they're getting paid. Come on, Tamana, but the big names who you say that they are getting paid a lot of money.
Yeah,
So
they are
everybody is
getting
getting paid.
and they are using all these influencers who these Gen Zs follow, promote the same thing. So yeah, I think it's a very
Sad reality.
sad reality and difficult part that we are pushing right now. And
We've got to, advise these children not to.
and I think that the negatives overweigh the positives. That's why it's very hard to see good quality content. And they also think that the algorithms ranking signals favor the negatives more than the positives. That's why there are people who are trying to educate, like, do not, do this stuff that the society is pushing you to do. And there is this thing called FOMO, right? Fear of missing out, where you want to do these things because it's
Peer pressure.
yeah, peer pressure. But now it has a name. It's a very
The names just change.
yeah, no. So I have FOMO. Like I tell people, like we don't tell I have peer pressure to just buy this item, right? And people say like there's
now-
FOMO on this.
Like people in Gen Z are telling they
Yeah,
have,
there is like fear of missing out is the actual term that they use. Like there is this thing.
they are so much educated now.
They're educated in terms of
No,
buying
when
more
it
stuff.
was when it happened to me, I did not understand I was under
Peer pressure.
Peer
Yeah.
pressure.
It was not conscious, but right now it's conscious.
And that is something really good.
And there was a name for that before also. There was like YOLO. YOLO is you only live once. So I'm saying like let's drink. And you say no, I don't want to drink, I don't want to spoil my health. Say YOLO. So it's just like you only live once, just try it. So I don't want to go to a concert that is going to cost me 3,000 rupees. But you only live once. Don't do it. And when a lot of other friends do the same, it's like I don't want to miss out this action of being with them. So when I don't want to miss that out, I'll be a part of that. And the algorithm will always favor if there is an Anirudh concert happening.
Algorithm is not favoring. Algorithm is being tampered.
Right.
There is no algorithm.
Right.
The algorithm is a fake thing that they have told us, saying it is all shit, it's all shit and everything. But the algorithm does not favor. The algorithm is manipulated. The algorithm is being manipulated because of the boomers.
Right. They have the control of everything.
They have the control. And they have the control. They should control everything. They are forced to control. They are forced
Right.
to control everything because they have built a big.
They have a very big system.
They have a very
complex.
big infrastructure. They have built a big system.
Right. And the future of Gen Z's marketing is going to be very, how do I put it, very cunning in the coming days, because like they don't listen to what the older generation says, because we are very tech less savvy compared to them. So it's like உங்களுக்கு phone use பண்ண தெரியல, how do you think what is going to happen on technology? I know what I'm doing, that maybe that was the case what we had also, but we were not also very this tech savvy. But right now my friend's daughter and all, they'll use YouTube and they'll click on subscribe. My friends and comments say like, she will open YouTube and she'll subscribe and she'll forward.
I think glorifying them
Exactly.
as tech savvy is the most stupidest thing that we are doing. They should not be glorified as tech savvy. They're just children, I think,
Yeah, I think when we used to
We
be
should
small,
never glorify them. I think that's what is getting into their YOLO head and the FOMO
yeah, because
head.
like, okay,
Stupid
if I use the
FOMO
phone,
head.
and this child will think like, if I use the phone for so long, yeah, my parents are appreciating me, so I might be this person like who they appreciate. Because in our childhood, when we used to mimic people talking on the phone, it was like, all your phone எடுத்துட்டு பண்ணுவா, like it was like that. But right now it's like different things. She will open up FaceTime. My nephew used to call me on the
அவர் ரொம்ப
video
அறிவாளி.
call. Yeah, no, she used to call me on video calls and like, அவ்வளோதான் எடுத்து கால் பண்ணுறா, how do you unlock the phone? Okay, இப்படி பண்ணால் அன்லாக் ஆகிடும்டா, இது என்னடா இருக்குன்ற மாதிரி. So yeah, so we are glorifying the long paths, and social media is also glorifying the long paths, and people are having FOMO, and I think that should be, as you said, regulated.
No, Bill Gates' daddy should listen. He should monitor the right things, rather than bad words and abusive words. He should know what to monitor. Sad him. He's
Yeah, I think even like
I think he. We think it is the 1% that is controlling, but I think this 1% is being controlled so much by what they have built around themselves.
And I think we also haven't spoken about the drug intake that is like very common right now. I don't think it was like this available, but people right now think like it's very cool to be toxicated, and
It's always cool to be toxicated.
No, but right now you can go to a disco and do all these things, but I don't think we would have had the same privilege in 2006, because like I don't think Chennai still has a very good nightlife compared to the of Bangalore. So but people are like, I told you, like one of our friends told me like,
I
come to the party,
recently
bro.
visited two pubs, one in Chennai and one in Madurai. It's not a pub basically.
It's a restaurant.
It's not a rest. It's a bar.
It's a bar.
I don't call it. In Madurai, when I went to the bar, it was all these Gen Z people, all these college-going guys there. It just reminded me of my college days. So when I used to go drink during my college days, it was a Tasma. You have a table like this, you need to stand there and drink and come. But now these guys have the opportunity to come. This is Madurai. Madurai is a tier 2 city. It's not a developed city.
It's not an experience basically.
But these guys have the opportunity to come. They have a dance floor. They had a DJ. All these guys are dancing.
And you have to drink in secrecy, you can't just sit in a bar.
Then it was drinking in secrecy. Now this DJ team, they've bought cameras, so these guys are taking videos.
And it is being documented and posted on that.
And they are happy. And their parents are also, I'm not sure, accepting or not accepting, but these guys are okay with it. And they are enjoying it. When I look back, I missed it. But I didn't miss the dancing. I did dance, but go back to childhood and dance. But it was a nice thing to see. And then 1 or 2 weeks back, I think this Monday night, I think after office, I went out with my uncle to another bar in Chennai. Here, this is like families coming in with children,
right,
with babies, and there's unlimited alcohol. It's a family bar. This is not a restaurant.
And there's cocktails and mocktails.
Yeah, I remember when I was a child, and when my father used to he had to take me to a 5-star or a 3-star hotel to have this experience. But now it is a nice change. I saw people of all financial classes there.
In the same
something that we could not expect that these guys can have
a dining and wining experience
with their family, not with the acceptance of the family, with the acceptance of the community.
A social drinking.
And
it is very controlled also. Like it's not like I'll drink like.
They are drinking. They are their natural. Because when you're with your family and friends, you always feel comfortable. You don't need to pretend. It's maybe it's your office or something. You got to keep your
composure.
But when it's family, you don't care much.
Right.
You're going to go home safe no matter what. They are not going.
They're there for you basically.
They are not going.
It's like friends, drinking together.
So it was a very nice thing. The inequality gap has been broken. Right. Has been reduced.
Right.
But it's not being shown out aggressively in a good way.
Right. I think we shifted towards drugs a lot. Sorry for changing the subject. But yes, Gen Z is also trying to transition in a way that they are very closer to the parents. They are very open about sharing what they have in mind. And they are very honest about what they think and what they communicate. And this is one of the reasons that marketers find it very easy, because their feedback is instant. So if you ask my mom, even if she knows she's pitched to with something, she'll hesitate to say the word no. But right now the Gen Z is strictly no, I don't want it. But if I want it, I want it.
And we think it as aggressive.
Yeah. But it is very. It is how it has to be.
It is their character.
It is how it should be.
The truth is always aggressive.
Yeah. Truth is very ugly also. So that is why they are very, when you say aggressive, they are very focused on, they are very mad about these boomers trying to ignore climate change, or they are becoming environmentally conscious. So how Greta Thunberg,
yeah, I sometimes think the boomers are, the climate change is a boomer fake idea.
Right.
That's my.
It can be
According to me, it is.
Right.
According to me, it is. I used to be a very conscious, environment conscious person, not throwing plastic outside. Slowly, I changed.
You come to an acceptance that no matter what I do, this litter is nothing so much.
I cannot control anything. I have no power over. I don't even have the power over me. So I have nothing. Basically, live life.
Right. And when you think of all these Gen Zs being, meme sharing, we spoke about that, and you said somebody some friend of yours was sharing reels like continuously in a group.
Yeah, that is a Gen Z example.
Yeah, so I wanted to bring that up.
In
Yeah.
this marriage, I met this guy in a marriage. So I'm always intrigued, after a long time I saw him. So I went, I spoke with him. As you said, they are very open. They are very truthful. So whatever question I asked, he answered. He was never no hiding, no
At that time,
no covering, no covering. The group and they have groups of friends together continuously sharing memes and reels.
And there's no text message.
There's no text. There is no typing or there is just viewing. They are.
And it's like very crazy because like some people what they do is they'll have one group just to share memes, and that will be not a original account, it will be a spam account. So you'll have an account which is Ram Kesavan, and you'll have an account saying Ram is spam, and you just use that account just to have an algorithm that is fitting for you. And you have your original account where you follow actually things that matter to you. Like for example, if you are into tennis, you'll follow tennis.
Okay.
But in this thing, if you would like some weird cat videos or something that you don't want to associate with your
FOMO.
Yeah, basically
the FOMO is being
your FOMO account.
FOMO is your spam account.
Yeah, and there all these friends will have.
So your fetishes are your
exactly.
FOMO.
Yeah, so you have these weird fetishes, and all these people will share all this. It is like a undial of pool of ideas that they throw in together and just have. And
all this data, these boomers have.
Boomers have, yes, basically. So Zuckerberg is going to, no matter what you do, I'm going to sell you something. So
he knows everything,
Yeah.
And he has built a machine that makes money by marketing.
And the marketing
money is
with
themselves. These stupid guys.
Exactly.
Funny word.
and we think it is the mainstream, thing that everybody has to follow, everybody has to do, and they will convince everybody who says otherwise wrong. So I think that's pretty much it for this video. And if you are a Gen Z who's watching the entirety of the video, thank you so much.
Gen Z must watch.
Yeah, much watch, but I don't think they have the attention span to watch this 35 minutes of episode. But if you have,
make reels.
Yeah, we'll make reels for you. But if you have, thank you so much. And if you have said anything that's right, please appreciate us. But if you said anything wrong, please let us know, because I know you are honest, and we know that you are very truthful. So thank you so much for staying in. And if you have a Gen Z friend who wants to see whatever that we have talked in this video, just let them know that we exist. So thank you so much. Until then, this is Gohan and Ram Kesavan signing off. Bye-bye.
Reach Skyline. Embrace digital.